What's up, guys? Have some fun stuff for you. So, my friends at Overtake have sent me a little care package. Uh, this is something I am kind of working on with them on, um, and I'll get into that here in a second. But let's break into this thing so I can get this box out of the way. So first up, what we have is transmission crossmember bushings in Overtake blue, of course. We also have our drive shaft carrier bushing kit. And box in a box. This is our rear differential bushing insert kit. Also in a lovely Overtake blue. One thing I love about every time you order from Overtake is that they send you lube. No, I'm just kidding. You get a little QR code with instructions. And if you're not following Overtake on Instagram, Facebook, subscribe to them on YouTube, definitely go out and do that. They post some really good stuff, how-to guides, installation videos, industry chats, as well as new product launches. Got an Overtake sticker to add to my collection. You also always get a little thank you card that is signed by the person packing your order. This one was packed by my buddy Doug. So that is always awesome. Adds a little personal touch to, everything you get, which I love. Adding any sort of personal touch this day and age, in my mind, goes a long way. The car business in general has gotten, in my opinion, very hands off. So anytime you have that personal touch, kind of connecting with your customers, I'm all for it. All right, I'll get to these in a second. I'm just going to get this box out of the way because it's annoying. All right. So, one other cool thing you will generally get with your orders is they have a collection of these magnets, generally featuring builds of some sort. This one is flat 4 chaos, so they'll always put the handle on there if you're not following them. Go ahead and check them out. That is a beautiful build, my friend. This is magnet number 16. I have a whole collection of these on my garage fridge. I believe there's 20 so far. Correct me if I'm wrong. Hopefully one day we'll get the RA on one. Life goals, All right. Anyway, back to the fun stuff. Next up, we have a new bypass valve recirc hose in a lovely red. If you've ever seen my engine bay, this fits right in. It's definitely a sturdier hose than that stock rubber hose, also packed by Doug. Miss you, buddy, this time of year. I think we all need to go back to Florida. All right. And last up, this one's the fun one. So, if you haven't seen, Overtake relatively recently released turbo inlet hoses. These are much sturdier than the stock hoses. You can see those stock hoses are kind of like that almost accordion rubber stuff, And if you're modified, running higher boost levels, it's not very laterally strong. Laterally? Anyway, uh, it can higher boost levels can suck it in. You don't want that. It limits airflow, and we all know that in modifying vehicles, we do not limit airflow. So yeah, this one, I mean, you can see, like, that's about all I got. I like to think I have reasonably unchildlike grip strength. Anyway, comes with all of the hardware. So you got your hose clamps, adapters, vacuum line fittings, vacuum hose. This one was packed by the man himself, Mr. Art. Miss you too, buddy. Got another Overtake sticker. I picked up a couple of the gold ones at Subie Fest and threw them on my rear quarter window, and they look so good. Another installation guide. All right, so why am I doing all this? I put this stuff together for a specific purpose. I feel like, especially with a lot of this suspension stuff, well, chassis stuff, these are all things that, in my mind, people might not be immediately ready to just pull the trigger on. There's a lot of hesitation, depending on the shop space you have available, garage space. Something like a drive shaft carrier bushing might sound a little intimidating as far as just going out and saying, yeah, I need to do that. I can do it in my garage. No problem. So all of this stuff, in my mind, kind of has that common theme where I am going to do it in my own home garage to hopefully show you guys that shouldn't be a worry. Unfortunately, I don't have a lift. Maybe someday. Not in this garage, because despite what the builders of newer homes say, that is not a two-car garage, because we don't own a Fiat 500 and a Mini Cooper. My wife's Honda Pilot barely fits in there. Anyway, I digress. So stuff like the transmission, cross member bushings, they make a big difference in reducing the amount of play in your drivetrain caused by those stock bushings. They're made specifically to kind of dampen vibrations inside the cabin, which these will still do, but the stock ones take it a little bit too far in that they kind of inhibit performance. And they do that because there's too much movement. So if you go for a enthusiastic shift, that transmission might shift a little bit because of the torque of the engine and all that good stuff, and it can actually cause you to miss a shift. So by putting aftermarket bushings in there, it gets rid of a lot of that unwanted play. So I want you guys to go down to the comments. Let me know if there is something that you've been hesitating to pull the trigger on, and just haven't done it because you're not sure if it's something that you can do in the space you have available. Lean on the community. We might be able to help you out. Be like, oh yeah, no, don't worry about that. This is how you do it. Or worst case scenario, we confirm those fears, and you wait until you can pay somebody to do it for you. But that is not the point of this video. Let me know if there's something that you haven't been able to, or haven't done because you're not sure if you're able to. Like I said before, if you have not gone and followed Overtake on Instagram, Facebook. Subscribe to them on YouTube. Definitely go do that. They are a wealth of industry knowledge, Subaru knowledge, all that good stuff. Like their passion for the Subaru community doesn't need explaining. Like it exudes out of them. So definitely give them a follow. And I mean, thank you for watching this, checking out what I have. I know a lot of you probably follow me on Instagram. Definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel so you don't miss this stuff. I do post some stuff on there that I don't throw on Instagram, but a lot of the shorts I just post everywhere. So it is what it is. All right, so I'm gonna try to get those going as soon as possible. Just because the top mount intercooler has to come off for the recirc hose and the turbo inlet, I'm gonna do those at the same time. I'm gonna do the transmission cross member bushings on one, and then if I'm feeling ambitious, I'll go ahead and get the drive shaft carrier bushings and the rear differential inserts done on a third one. Yeah, so I will try to do that as soon as possible. It's North Carolina is where I live, so it's been actually cold for North Carolina. I know it's not cold for like Minneapolis, Canada, stuff like that, but for us it's cold. But it's supposed to start warming back up, so I'll be out in the garage as much as I can, getting ready for this show season. That's another thing. If you have a show in mind that you are going to, let's hear it. Sometimes we might not know that a show exists until somebody else says, hey, I'm going to go to this one. If you are in the North Carolina area and you're going to Cars and Coffee Morrisville this weekend, hit me up. I'll be out there. It's probably going to be cold again, but hit me up. Come find me, whatever. Come say hi. Other than that, I'm going to get to work, guys. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button. And no, I appreciate you taking the time to check all this stuff out. Peace.